Welcome to the recap of Thanksgiving. The scene is set on a spooky night as a police officer named Eric rings the doorbell at Mitch's house. However, it turns out to be a friendly encounter as they are old friends and Eric is there for a Thanksgiving party thrown by Mitch and his wife Amanda. The atmosphere is festive with laughter and camaraderie. Meanwhile, another family, Thomas and Kathleen, is having their own Thanksgiving dinner. Thomas, the owner of the Right Mart store, is keeping the store open for Black Friday sales. Kathleen, Thomas's wife, is the stepmother of Jessica, who is dating a guy named Bobby. Tensions simmer between Jessica and Kathleen. Back at Mitch's house, Mitch is then summoned by Thomas, his boss, to handle urgent matters at the store. At the Right Mart store, chaos ensues as the crowd eagerly awaits the Black Friday sale. Eric, still at the store, manages the last preparations before the doors open. On the right side, Jessica and Bobby, along with their friends, decide to make a pit stop at the Right Mart. They plan to take advantage of Jessica's connection to the store to avoid the long lines and buy a new phone for their friend Ivan, who lost his. Parking their car, they enter the store unaware of the shopping frenzy that awaits them. The movie unfolds in a chaotic aftermath of last year's Thanksgiving night at Right Mart. Bobby, a local legend and pitcher, is momentarily halted by his fans while Ryan attempts to flirt with Jessica. However, Bobby intervenes, taking Jessica away. Meanwhile, Amanda, Mitch's wife, arrives at the store with Eric. He receives a radio call for crowd control. Mitch, with a loudspeaker, he announces the store's opening in 10 minutes, infuriating the waiting crowd. Faced with an unruly mob, Mitch instructs a security guard to lock the doors. Anarchy ensues. A person from the crowd seizes the loudspeaker, proclaiming the store open. The crowd storms in, causing chaos. The security guard gets crushed. Amanda is pushed to the floor. Ivan records the chaos while Bobby attempts to help the security guard, resulting in his own injury. Amid the chaos, Amanda is caught in a collision between two women with shopping carts. Her hair gets entangled in a cartwheel, leading to a fatal outcome. Mitch discovers her lifeless body and cries for help. Eric fires his gun to restore order. The movie fast forwards a year, revealing the aftermath. The news reports on upgraded security measures for this year's Thanksgiving at Right Mart. Mitch confronts Thomas, accusing him of negligence and demanding prison time. Thomas has established a foundation to send kids to college, seemingly trying to make amends. Bobby faces a career-ending injury, petitions and accusations, while Eric provides security for a commercial Thomas wants to film with his family. However, Thomas notices word Fight Mart painted on the wall and realizes his axe is missing. Jessica, now dating Ryan, joins her friends for breakfast at a coffee shop. They receive a mysterious Instagram post signaling a table set for them. Ryan arrives and Jessica notices a man staring at her through the window, who quickly disappears. Later, a mysterious figure watches last year's Thanksgiving video, causing on a server at the coffee shop. The person sharpens an axe and leaves a mask at the shop. At night, the server finds a mask on the counter, throws it away, but a man wearing the mask attacks her. He grabbed her and pushed her head down the water and then threw her at the frozen fridge door. The lady trying to escape rips her skin off and locks herself in a room. She tried opening her phone, but her phone couldn't identify her face, so remained locked. After a few seconds, she thinks the man left, so went outside. She ran to her car, but the man was sitting in a car and hit her with it. The next morning, the police showed up and the woman's torso was sitting on the banner of the store. As the group processed the unsettling Instagram tag with the account John Carver, featuring the recent murder victim, they find their names mentioned in connection with a previous picture of a set table. Concerned about their safety, Jessica speaks with her father, Thomas. Realizing the potential danger, Thomas takes immediate action and hires additional security to ensure the group's protection. In the police station, Jessica faced questioning about the events at the store during the previous Thanksgiving. The police were trying to piece together the events that transpired, and Jessica found herself caught in the investigation. Meanwhile, Bobby unexpectedly crossed paths with Jessica and took the opportunity to apologize for his previous behavior, acknowledging that
that he had ghosted her. Jessica, however, confronted him about her stepfather Kathleen deleting the security footage from the store after the incident. She revealed that Thomas, Bobby's father, had backup security footage and she was determined to review it to uncover the truth. As the conversation unfolded, Ryan entered the scene, surprising Bobby with the revelation that Jessica was now dating him. Simultaneously, in a mysterious room adorned with photographs of potential targets, John Carver identified his next victim. He decided to target the security guard next, considering him a coward. The scene then shifted to the security guard's home, where he was engrossed in a phone call with a friend while planning a trip. In the midst of the searching for his passport, he discovered a John Carver mask on his sofa. Sensing danger, he grabbed a baseball bat to defend himself, unaware that he was on a brink of perilous encounter. But just then, his stomach was pierced by an electric mixer and the mysterious man decapitated his head. He then packed his head in a bag. Before leaving, he petted the cat. John Carver continued his sinister plan, assembling a macabre table setting with the security guard's head on a plate, combining it with the half of her body belonging to the previously murdered woman. He then tagged Jessica and others in this chilling image, leaving a haunting digital trail. Meanwhile, the police, led by Detective Eric, conducted a conference meeting and thoroughly searched the crime location to gather any available information that might aid in their investigation. Simultaneously, Jessica delved in the security footage from the night of the tragic events. To her shock, she discovered footage of Ryan hugging another security guard named Daw, who had been trampled to death on that fateful day. Jessica, accompanied by Bobby, visited the police station to share this newfound information with Eric. Eric expressed surprise at Ryan's connection to Daw, noting that it hadn't been mentioned in the Ryan's initial statement. After the revelation, Jessica discussed this crucial piece of information about Ryan with her friends, heightening the tension and suspicion within the group. In another part of the town, Lonnie and his girlfriend Amy were enjoying their time together. They had been present at the store during the previous Thanksgiving chaos. Amy, oblivious to the unfolding danger, playfully jumped on a trampoline, unknowingly set in the stage for John Carver to strike again. John Carver sticks a knife from under the trampoline, causing injury to her foot, from which she falls and stabbed in her stomach. The horrifying events continued to unfold as Carver targeted Yvonne and Gabby at the school by kidnapping them. He then manipulated the situation by texting Jessica from Gabby's phone, luring her into a dangerous trap. Jessica, suspecting foul play, discovered the ominous message and realized Carver's presence in the vicinity. A tense struggle ensued, with Jessica narrowly escaping his clutches and finding refuge in a classroom. Outside the school, Bobby confronted Ryan about his connection to Daw, seeking clarity on the mysterious relationship. Meanwhile, Yulia's father, fearing for their safety, decided to leave town, taking Yulia with him. The ominous atmosphere escalated as the friends faced a growing threat. Later, Scuba and Jessica sought help from a guy named McCarty, who provided them with a gun. As they grappled with the escalating danger, Carver infiltrated Yulia's home, mercilessly killing a police officer stationed there for their protection. Yulia's father also fell victim to Carver's violence, leaving the house in a state of chaos. Carver, relentless in his pursuit of destruction, attacked Yulia in her room. Scuba and Jessica, witnessing the horrifying scene through a video call, rushed to Yulia's aid. However, their attempt to intervene ended tragically as Carver, taking advantage of momentary lapse, threw Yulia onto a motorized cutter, claiming another victim in his chilling spree of violence. The situation took a sinister turn during the Thanksgiving parade as Jessica and Scuba, along with Jessica's family, attempted to lure out Carver. The police planned to use Scuba as bait to draw Carver into the open. Despite Kathleen's fear for her life, Jessica argued that hiding wouldn't ensure safety and they needed to confront the threat. As the parade unfolded, chaos ensued when a person in a creepy clown costume killed someone, leading to panic among the crowd. The driver of the family's vehicle was killed, leaving Jessica, Scuba, Thomas, and Kathleen vulnerable. Seeking refuge in a car, they hoped to escape, but a clown ambushed them, shooting all four with arrows and kidnapping them. Kathleen woke up in a chilling room where Carver, disguised as Turkey, prepared to harm her. Despite her attempt to escape, Carver caught her and forced her into an oven, intensifying the horror of the situation. In the midst of the horrifying events, Carver took his sinister actions to the online realm by live streaming the terrifying ordeal. The police, tracing the stream's location to Cottage Park, mobilized a SWAT team to rescue the victims. However, upon reaching the location, they discovered it was a trap set by Carver. Within this macabre setting, Carver unveiled Kathleen's roasted remains, instilling terror in everyone present. The brutality continued as Carver killed Ivan by the axe in front of the horrified captives. While enduring this nightmare, Jessica cleverly used a sharp ring given to her by McCarty to cut the ropes binding her hands. Once free, she passed the makeshift tool to Scuba, who also managed to cut himself loose. The situation remained dire, with the captives desperately seeking a way to escape Carver's sadistic games. But just then Scuba freed himself. The intense struggle against the deranged killer reached a climatic moment as Jessica, Scuba, and Eric faced off. Jessica, armed with a gun, managed to escape and encountered what seemed to be Bobby inside a building. However, the shocking revelation unfolded when Eric, the seemingly trustworthy police officer, emerged as the true culprit. As Jessica sought safety with Eric, she noticed brambles on his shoes, reminiscent of those in the woods where she had escaped earlier. This discovery unraveled the truth: Eric was the real killer. Despite his attempts to explain his twisted motives, Jessica realized that her bravery had exposed Eric's heinous acts. When Eric attempted to inject her with a sedative, Jessica cleverly revealed that she had broadcasted everything online. In a tense confrontation, Bobby intervened, rescuing Jessica from Eric's clutches. The pair managed to escape, narrowly avoiding Eric's attempts to harm them. A dramatic climax unfolded as Jessica shot a parade float filled with flammable gas, causing a massive explosion that seemingly eliminated the threat. In the aftermath, paramedics and the police arrived at the scene. Jessica, reunited with her family, believed that the nightmare was finally over. However, the mystery lingered as Eric's body remained elusive, leaving questions about his ultimate fate. A peculiar firefighter carrying an axe and walking in an odd manner added an enigmatic touch to the conclusion of this harrowing tale. Later, at night, Jessica dreams of being attacked by burning Eric, and the movie ends here.